Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film
Film
Spill.
spill. So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is an action adventure movie, and here is the summary. Queen Ramonda, Shuri, M'Baku, Okoye, and the Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with Nakia and Everett Ross to forge a new path for their beloved kingdom.
Yeah, so I am so grateful we had the opportunity to watch this movie, not when it first came out, because I feel like it would have been crazy packed. But yeah, I'm grateful that we was able to watch. We've been talking about this film for the longest, so to have it kind of be over is like, man, I want to kind of go back. This was an amazing film, and it's one of those films that you know that is great because I told you like I wouldn't mind watching it again. Like that's how good it was. So, the rating I gave this film was 5 out of 5. Yes, you hear it. This 5 out of 5. I feel like it was that good. And we rarely give out those 5 out of 5. So, I feel like you probably got two out of me since we've been doing this thing. But yeah, it was amazing. So let's get into my pros and my cons. So my very first pro, I want to talk about the person who stole the entire show, the person I've been talking to you since after we've seen this film, Namor or Namor, however you want to say his name. Man, he just was so amazing from the beginning to the end. I love what Marvel and Ryan Coogler did with this character. I really love how they depicted, their underwater temple, the underwater city in Talocan. Like everything was just laid out in such. It was great, man. It was just amazing. And Namor, the actor who played him, and then just seeing his powers, just seeing his upbringing, it was dope. It was really interesting to see the connection between them and the Wakandans, as far as like them getting their power from the vibranium, or
Yeah,
having vibrant
it was
using those
very
tools.
similar.
I really enjoyed it because it's like I love it when it's simple. It's not too some otherworldly stuff. So I really enjoyed that. Okay, so I really love Namor's warriors, Nomura and the
Oh,
other
that was
one.
his cousin too.
Also,
On the
Nomura
end
was his
up.
cousin. Okay, cool. So I really love them. They were savages, and you know how we just love to see like, oh my god, how are you gonna beat these people?
Hmm.
And it's funny because it's like they really couldn't. Throughout the whole film, it was
They
some
were deep.
they were really deep. And he said that he was just like, you don't want me to bring my people up here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool, you got some people, but it's like, no, this dude literally has like a huge, gigantic country of just so many different people, and just kind of seeing these two hidden nations kind of fight against each other, it was amazing. I did think that I was going to see like, oh, there were some American spy recording the whole fight, and we realized that there's some other nation that's underwater, but no, it was like a secret fight. But we don't know. Something could potentially come up in the future. I really enjoyed Namor. I love his abilities when he was flying through the air, how he was dodging the blast from the ships, how he was taking down the ships, how he was taking down helicopters. Even when M'Baku tried to hit him with his spear, how he punched this dude. This dude flew.
Hmm.
He was just super powerful. I think Shuri did an amazing job. Everybody was so skeptical as far as like how she was going to be with Black Panther, and I think she did a really amazing job. Even seeing how she was grieving, for Chadwick Boseman, it was just like so genuine. It was so sad to know that to find out that Queen Mother had passed away too, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like please let this be just fake, because she just lost her brother. Do not let her lose her mom in the same film, and literally she lost her mom. So that was really sad to see. But I think that she did an amazing job. She did an amazing job. I felt like even them figuring out how to create the heart shaped herb. Everything was just laid out. We talked about how T'Challa's son, Prince T'Challa, he came into the fold. I truly told you I love how his name was T'Challa as well. It's because it makes it a little bit easier for Marvel to be able to tell some of those stories of Black Panther in the future. And I thought that was very important. Lupita, how she saved Shuri, we both was like, yo, she was a savage as well. That was cool. Riri Williams, I think the actor, Dominique Thorne, she did an amazing job. Just seeing how I just felt like she was real street, like she was
Hmm.
real street. It was like a breath of fresh air. And she did an amazing job. It was cool seeing her Ironheart armor. But yeah, Namor and his people, man, good gosh, they literally, to me, was the best part of this movie. Like I really enjoy seeing them on the wheels. I enjoy seeing just Namor, just everything about Namor was just amazing. The cons that I have, I don't have that many cons. I think the only one I can possibly think of is, like I said, maybe figuring out what was Val's next plan, going towards them. But other than that, there really wasn't no cons. We talked about how Shuri should have killed Namor, but then we also talked about how it was kind of like a tit for tat thing because they did just kill someone on his soil. So you know, we don't really can't really speak on as far as what should have happened, but overall, amazing movie. I loved it. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Okay, guys, so I also give this movie a 5 star. It was really, really good. So 5 out of 5. I really loved the intro. So it was really cool how they did their tribute to him. It was like silent, but they had
Yeah,
all of the pictures of him. I think that was a great way to honor him. It was like a moment of silence for him, basically. So that was cool. The fight scene on the bridge when Namor's warriors defeated Okoye before taking Shuri and Riri underwater. That was crazy because I didn't think she was gonna lose. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking like that was the time they were gonna get taken. I didn't think she was gonna lose, and then that was just crazy because the queen didn't want her going with her anyway, and then they
yeah.
was on this whole run from the FBI, all this other crazy stuff. But so that was crazy. And then when he took off that oxygen mask,
And put it on her, yeah, on
it was
her
all
face.
slimy. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, that's gross. When the queen stripped Okoye of her title because she failed to protect Shuri,
that was
and she
sad.
was like, "Please, mother." I was like, "Oh my god, that was so
Yeah,
sad."
that was so
And then of
sad.
course that support when she was like, "Have I not lost everything and stuff?" I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Uh,
Like, but first
whew.
of all, side note, can we talk about Angela Bassett? Like,
Angela
come on
Bassett.
now, she did a great job with her act. Like,
That's
she
amazing.
just does a great job. Like he said, when Nakia helps Shuri and Riri escape, like this girl just goes so hard. Like she literally just came back. She said, "Hey, can you go get her?" She literally just went in there and got her. Like she just did it so
By
quick.
herself, yeah.
It was just so crazy. Watching Namor's backstory was so cool. Seeing a
Savage.
glimpse of how he grew up, just his whole story about his mom, and just everything. Like he said, that was just really cool. Seeing how he grew up and stuff. He's a
Yeah.
kid and stuff. Like
He was
that
just
was
savage.
crazy.
He
Yeah,
was
little wings
savage,
on his feet.
man.
When the queen died, like he said, like Shuri just lost her brother the year before, so that was really sad. But when Namor said, "Bury your dead, mourn your losses, I'll be back in 1 week, and you're the new
Savage.
queen," and left. Come on
When we
now.
saw that part, we were
I said
like,
that needs to go on a shirt. Like
yo,
seriously.
cutthroat. Just
He's
like,
like, "You're gonna be the new queen," and she won't. We didn't even know she was dead yet. Like
yeah, they
still
still doing
reviving
CPR.
her.
She's not going yet. He's like, you're the queen. Come back. I'm gonna come back in a
Yeah,
week.
that was a crazy. That was really crazy. Oh my gosh, that was a sad. Like that was a sad part, but he was like his little line was just crazy.
That was just hard.
Killmonger in the ancestral plane. I mean, people suspected that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So that was cool seeing him back. He wanted her to seek revenge. Shuri's new Black Panther suit. How you feel about it?
It was cool. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's only because she's so skinny.
She
But
is tiny.
other than that, I like
It doesn't look threatening. Is what I'm
yes,
saying.
that's what
Like
it is.
it's cute. It
I
looks
guess that could be a
girly.
con, but
It looks girly. It's gold and glittery and fancy, but it's like it doesn't look like I'm scared of her.
yeah,
Type situation.
for sure.
The Shuri and Namor fight scene when she was trying to dry him out. First of all, Namor was so hard to kill. I mean, I guess because he's like a god, or they feel like he's like a god. But they were smart when they was trying to dry him out and everything like that. But still, like it took him. They did a lot to him. Like she blew him up, set him on fire, like did all kinds of stuff with him. And this dude's still walking and stuff, like about to go in the water. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So he was really hard to kill and stuff. His army, like he said, it was crazy. They was really strong. They were just so
Deep.
deep. The dolphin flipped them onto the ship. Like it was just a lot going on
Yeah.
with his army. Like they were really, it was a lot of them.
Yeah, whales. It was mad.
Oh, but she ripped that feather bone out, that ankle, and I don't think it grew back because he had a bandage on it.
Ripped it out.
The whole bone. I mean, she was just holding the whole thing in her hand. That was kind of crazy. He's like, ah. But yeah, I was talking to my husband about this. Like, dang, I didn't want Shuri to spare him because,
know.
like Killmonger said, like y'all always leaving y'all killers alive. And for me, it's like, okay, He gave you his word, I yield, whatever. But what is stopping him from coming back stronger with a even bigger army, like, and fighting them? There's nothing, because words, okay, but words don't mean nothing. Like, people can come back or whatever. But I understand what like Mbaku was saying, like, we'll just be fighting forever. But I don't like when you always have to be the bigger person. Why? Like, no, I want some revenge. I want some vengeance. I want something, because that's understand. I know
Justice,
it's
yeah.
not gonna fix everything, but it's like, no, I want some of that. So, yeah, that part was whatever. But I understand they're bigger, whatever. And it's like, if you can't beat them, join them. Because listen, they was about to. Namor's warriors was literally about to get them. There was only a few of them left on the ship.
Yeah, they was all getting cornered.
Literally, they was almost done. But then and then we was talking about Namor's people, how of course they didn't like the fact that he surrendered to Wakanda, especially
Yeah.
since they almost defeated them and they looked at him as a god. So it's like, you almost getting defeated, like that's just crazy. So we was like, maybe they might stage a coup on him, maybe in the future. But
Yeah, they gonna probably. I feel like that's gonna be the case. Watch.
he said that the way he explained it was that this alliance will one day allow him to conquer the surface world, because he said what he feel is going to happen is Americans are going to blame Wakanda. So they're all going to start attacking Wakanda, and Wakanda has no allies. So then they're going to turn to him, and that's going to be his chance to just kill everybody on the surface.
Oh, that's what you think he's.
That's what he said in the movie.
Oh, when
That's what he.
to
That's what he
Namora?
was talking to his cousin. He was like, "We'll conquer the surface one day because they're gonna come after Wakanda, and then they're gonna turn to us as their allies to help them, and then we'll be able to kill them." That's what he
Oh,
said.
okay.
So that's was how he was thinking. Basically, like, it'll happen later on or whatever.
Yeah.
And like we said, the Americans were basically the problem, because they were
They-
trying to drill and find vibranium, and then Namor attacked them, trying to protect his people. And then the Americans thought it was Wakanda, was blaming them, saying they were going to destabilize them, and it was just a lot going on. So basically, the Americans was the problem. And then at the end, the son,
Always
Prince
us.
T'Challa, was a cherry on top. And I love the fact that T'Challa knew about him and the Queen knew about him, and T'Challa set up their whole situation, and he wanted them to live in
prepared them.
Haiti. How you say it? It's so cute. He wanted them to live there and for him to grow up there, so there's no pressure on him to take the throne. And I think that was just so cool, because the whole movie, I was asking my husband, like, "Where's the sun? Where's the sun?" Like, we don't see
Yeah, we
no
kept
sun.
talking
Like,
about it.
I don't think there's no sun. Like, everybody said they think it was gonna be a sun, but I didn't see him. So seeing him at the end was just like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And it's just like, that's his son. And I'm just glad that he knew he had a son before he passed. Yeah, I'm just really glad about that. And his mom knew him and met him and stuff. I'm just happy about that. And of course, Rihanna's song at the end. I was waiting for that song. I really like that song. But yeah, that's the long review, but I really like that movie.
Yeah, it was amazing. One thing that I forgot to say was when they were singing and they had the
Oh,
power to
yeah.
brainwash the men to have them jump off the ship.
I love that, because
Yeah.
I told him I thought that was the soundtrack of the movie. Like, just, you know how they play
Yeah.
music throughout the movie. I thought it was a soundtrack. He's like, no, those, like, it's like that siren thing where they're singing and they're like basically hypnotizing them or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was so lit.
This
Oh
movie was
my.
really good, guys.
It was really good.
Really, really
Water
good.
bombs. They had everything, and it was crazy because it's like you would think like, all right, cool. What can these people out of water do to the? You know what I'm saying? People on the surface, but no. I really like how they, had the little water,
Mask.
the water mask. Yeah,
They
I like
can
how
breathe above surface.
that was cool. They were just
They
so
were prepared.
prepared,
And they can fight good. I mean, they can fight out of the water too, because you know how some people, they're only good
that's
in
what
the
I'm
water.
saying. I was thinking like, all right, cool. They're only good in the water.
In the
No, these
water.
people jumped out.
No, they could fight really good, and she was like, I should have killed them, and they just got back up. Like when who was Okoye was fighting them, she's like, the blows that I dealt to them, they should have been dead, and they got up back up. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like they were stronger. I just do. If they saying no, Wakanda, whatever, I think they were stronger, going toe to toe. Like if Shuri just going toe to toe with no suit, like they're stronger. I'm sorry, and they're deep. It's a lot of them. So
She got stabbed by Namor. That's why I'm like, even when he was fighting her, just like he looked just so much bigger punching this girl.
I know.
Like
She just so small.
I know, man.
But we definitely recommend this movie. We
For
both give it a
sure.
5. It's
5.
really good. We probably late to the game. Everybody probably done seen it by now. But if you haven't seen it, we definitely recommend it.
For sure, for sure. Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.